When I first played Granblue Fantasy Relink, I think I was a bit underwhelmed. The bite-sized demo that I played only showcased a simple mission select screen before I was thrown into an arena battle. While the combat was responsive and flashy, I couldn't help but want more. Thankfully, Cygames saw this and hosted an additional preview session where I was able to play through the first 3 chapters of the story and even hop into some post-game multiplayer matches. Suffice it to say, my expectations were blown away. The story mode gave me an understanding of the mission at hand, explorable areas, several character playstyles, and the general game flow. There's a synergy between the game design that keeps many of the systems balanced, and while approachable to newcomers, the depth of the combat increases across each passing mission, with the addition of strategical team loadouts to encourage players to try new things. After 3 hours of the game, well, I can't wait to play more.
I heard what you did when I was falling off the ship. I felt so happy knowing you sprang to my rescue. We've been through a lot together. Visited new islands, met new people. It hasn't always been the safest trip, but you've always been there to protect me.
Granblue Fantasy Relink begins where you choose your player character. The choice is between Gran or Jita, and while the voices change, the structure of the story is more or less the same. So, of course, I chose Jita. Alongside the crew is a strange girl named Lyria, who has the power to summon primal beasts, which is needed after the crew is attacked. However, the summoned Bahamut turns on the crew and crashes their ship in the Zega Grande Skydome. I'm not sure if I said that right, but whatever, let's move on. As the crew waits for repairs, they investigate why this happened, and they find themselves doing odd jobs for the Church of Avia. That's the general introduction of the first hour of gameplay, and I'll say there are a few twists that creep up to encourage the crew to continue their investigation. Further, news of other primal beasts losing control comes their way, which just ends up complicating the situation more. Questions surrounding the attacks and other conspiracies come to light to keep players invested in the narrative. However, outside of the main story quest, players can take on side missions and explore various environments for items and materials. What gets me excited during these story missions is just how big these levels are. While they are fairly linear as you push from one end of the map to the other, there's plenty of reasons to explore for items, secret battles, and materials for crafting. There are even puzzles that require players to quickly get through an area to unlock chests. It's actually more than I assumed was in the game after my first time playing, and even though the setup is reminiscent of entries in the Monster Hunter series, I still found the environments a bit more detailed here. Now, the Monster Hunter similarities are pretty easy to spot as you play through the adventure. It's further found in the multiplayer mode as you group up with 3 of your friends to go on a hunt, take down powerful enemies, and collect loot. I was able to play some post-game multiplayer matches with a group and found the Team Link attacks an excellent system that reward players for working together. Depending on the character you choose, there's more teamwork to be found, such as setting up a shield as a magic user charges a powerful ability. I mentioned this in my first playthrough, but there are several difficulty options that make this game approachable to all playstyles. I found the normal difficulty to be a little challenging, but I found myself wanting to increase it only to force me to strategize my combative approach. The most satisfying element of combat is how responsive it is. Dodging out of a combo, whether you're in the air or ground, feels awesome. You can even block some of the heavy attacks. The drawback is there's a short cooldown after the consecutive dodges, and the block will only work a number of times before your guard breaks. So, planning how to utilize these defensive actions is key to surviving the battles. One interesting aspect is the amount of fanfare that follows a completed mission. First, you're ranked, and then you get to see your rewards. What follows is several screens of shiny objects being showcased to the player, similar to winning at a slot machine. I could see why people love gacha games now, but I'm glad that I don't have to put in premium currency in this release. Each weapon can be further leveled up and customized, which alters the character's base stats. Further, character customization is found in sigils that can buff up character stats with more slots opening up when the character levels up. The best part about my experience with Granblue Fantasy Relink is that I wasn't really making exceptions while I was playing. I found the scale and options during gameplay to be just what I wanted at the time, and the unique elements such as the link attacks and deep character customization were just the icing on the cake. I should also mention that the experience doesn't require you to know much about Granblue. I mean, I've only watched the anime and played through the Versus game, but I never really played the mobile release. So as a general fan of the series, I can't wait to jump back in when Granblue Fantasy Relink releases on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC on February 1st, 2024. Now, here's a few clips of gameplay to hold you over until that release.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Care to join me? Cut them down. The time is right.
You got it! You're wearing him down! It's working!
Here they come! Teach them some manners. Run out and keep your distance! Now I'm the one in your death area. Shall we?
Fix it! Can't let him get last! Can't be left on his last leg! You got it! All or nothing! Watch out! Catalina!
I'll protect you!
Nice approach!
Dio!
I'm on it!
I'm right behind you.
Bring it! Go first! No grumpy gobble's gonna one-up us!
Voice Pixel.